What is up, guys, and welcome back to our St. Louis Blues Fantasy Draft Franchise Mode commentary. At the end of last season, we choked. We were 1 point away from winning the President's Trophy, and we blew it. We needed 5 points in the last 5 games to get it, and as you can see, we lost 3 straight. Lost to the Preds, the Jets, and at the Panthers. All 3 of them were playoff teams. So it's not like we blew it against garbage teams, but yeah, 1 more point, we'd have had the President's Trophy. We tied with the Flames, but they had the tiebreaker on us. They had more regulation and overtime wins. So, first round opponent in the playoffs is the Edmonton Oilers. And so it's a fantasy draft, so they're not going to have Connor McDavid. I do not know who they have. Let's find out. We're going to look at their lines in this screen, then we're going to go look at their performance over the course of the regular season. Okay, so it looks like, is that Taylor Hall? Did he go back to the Oilers? I really hope that I did not mention that Taylor Hall went to the Oilers in the first video of this series, because I will look stupid at this point. So, wow, those ratings look like we should win this series. 93 offense, 92 defense, 87 goaltending, and they are 91, 91, 84. So the game is saying that we have an advantage in every category. So I hope that we do. I hope that we actually do. Alright, so let's look into the lines. Those are what our lines look like. If you remember in the last video, I switched our second and third lines because the old guy line, the OGs, they were not getting it done. They were averaging, or they had less than 30 points, and we had a couple games left in the season. And I think one of them cracked 30. I don't remember which one did. But this second line has been playing better. The new second line has been playing better than the old second line. And then there's our first line, obviously. Draisaitl's up to an 89. That's good news. And then here is our defense. Obviously, this top pairing is our moneymaker. Mainly Erik Karlsson, but Ryan Murray is not bad either. All right. And then goaltending, we have Matt Murray at an 86. We're going to look at the Edmonton Oilers now. Okay, what do we see here? It looks like we should have the advantage for most of the lines, and they might have a slight advantage on their second line in that they have an 88 and an 86. So the first line, Taylor Hall, Mark Scheifele, and Toivo Teravainen. He's an 84 on the first line. I don't know why he's on the first line instead of Brendan Gallagher. Maybe they're going for more of a balance across their lines. I don't know, but that's their first line. Yeah, I'm not sure if it's nothing like spectacular for a first line. I mean, it's not bad, but I feel like it's pretty average first line, especially in a fantasy draft series. Second line, Lindholm, Kuznetsov, Gallagher. So Kuznetsov. I can never say his name right the first time. If you remember, in the first episode, as I was doing the draft, I called him Kuznetsov. So we'll call him Kenny. So Kenny there on the second line as an 88 overall. Pretty good for a second line center, but Lindholm's bringing that line down as an 83. Third line, Blake Como, Zach Smith, Leo Komarov. A decent third line. Actually, it's probably a pretty good third line, averaging an 84 overall. It's pretty similar to ours. Then their fourth line, they got Barclay Goodrow. That's like the richest white guy name ever. And then Chris Tierney and Emile Poirier. Their third line is pretty weak, especially compared to our third line. So overall, we probably have an advantage in terms of our forward lines. So hopefully we can take advantage of that. And on defense, they got TJ Brody and Ryan Ellis as their top pairing. Pretty good top pairing, not as good as ours. Second pairing, Lucas Biza and Kyle Quincy. Also not a bad pairing. Yeah, and then the third pairings where they're pretty weak, they got Nikita Trampkin and Nikita Nesterov, the Nikita brothers, there on the third pairing. And in the net, they have Andrei Vasilevsky and Thomas Greiss. So I believe we do have an advantage in all 3 categories, offense, defense, and goalie, just like the game suggested. So hopefully we win this series. I'm predicting maybe either 5 or 6 games. I think we can pull out the victory in either 5 or 6. So let's get right into it. We do have home ice advantage. So we will be playing in St. Louis for the first two games of this series. So we're going to go ahead and get right into game one. First game of the playoffs with this team. First period. And Kenny on that second line scores for Edmonton. And we are being outshot by 6 already in the first period. What the hell, guys? No penalties either. Jeez. And we didn't even get a shot pretty much outside of point shots. So, fuck. What a shitty period. We're just going to go on to the second. And we get one from McGinley. Another point shot. But they got one from TJ Brody. So we're still down 1 heading into this third period of game 1. So that's, you know, not the most ideal situation. But we are out shooting them by 2 now. So we played much better in that second period. Let's go ahead and start simming the third period. We want 8 times, otherwise we'll be here all day. Justin Williams, there we go. So I changed our second and third lines, and the old guys, the OGs, have responded in the playoffs. They have our only 2 goals thus far in game 1. Erik Karlsson scores from the right point. There we go. Now we're clicking, boys. +8 in shots. 2 minutes left, 1 minute left. Can we close the door? Yes, we can. All right, game 1. They decided to scare me a little bit, but we pulled it out, and we still hold on to home ice advantage after game 1. Erik Karlsson, Justin Williams had both a goal and an assist. Matt Murray was your third star. All 3 of those players looked weird with the St. Louis Blues logo in their portrait, but that's okay. Moving on to game 2 of the Stanley Cup playoffs. Round 1. All right. So I'd rather us not have that slow first period ever again. So that was our only problem in game 1. So hopefully we can rectify that here in game 2, and to some extent we can. 9 shots to 6. We are out shooting them, but neither team scored a goal. So we're gonna move on to the second period, and we got 2 goals. One from Forsberg, one from Erik Karlsson. 30 seconds apart from that right side. They got one from Teravainen. And we're out shooting by 4. So very promising thus far. We still need to hold out in the third period, potentially score 1 more, get a little bit of insurance, and if not, we're gonna need Matt Murray to close the door. They got a power play. Can we kill it off? Yes, we can. All right, we got a power play. Come on, come on, come on. Shit. All right, that's fine. That's fine. 5 minutes left. Just gotta close the door, Matt Murray. Come on. And Teravainen scores once again from the left circle. My God. Going into overtime, boys. Game 2 going into overtime. Our playoff home ice advantage is on the line here in this game too. So starting overtime here. We're out shooting them still a little bit. Draisaitl. Yes, there we go, boys. We're up 2-0 in the series. Headed back to Edmonton. Undefeated. A little bit scary in both of these games, but we pulled out wins both times. And Forsberg and Erik Karlsson, both a goal and an assist. And Matt Murray was your third star once again. So Erik Karlsson, 2 goals, 2 assists in 2 games. And Matt Murray with 2 third-star performances. Needed some water right there. All right, we're headed to Edmonton, boys. We're headed up to the Great White North. Hopefully we can come back to St. Louis with a series win and rest up for the next round against either the Preds or the Wild. But we still have to. We still got business. We still got business in their barn, boys. We need to close out this series ASAP. All right, first period, Edmonton, game 3. We had a 2-0 lead, and they get one from Mark Scheifele. All right, so shots are 8-8. Scheifele gets a goal on Matt Murray. So I can't argue with the shot numbers, but it'd be nice if we were not losing. Second period, there we go. That's all you got to say. Be nice if we weren't losing, and EA will tie it up for you. Although we are being outshot by 6, the score is tied. Toffoli and Verbata scored from the right side, and Gallagher scored at what angle? I don't know. Let's go ahead and get right in this third period. Pivotal third period. We can pretty much shut down the series right here if we can get a goal. And there's a goal! Holy shit. Call for it, and EA will give it to you as they get a power play. And we score right after their power play expires. Mike fucking Fisher and Leon Draisaitl have put this series. Patrick Marleau. Oh, we're pouring it on, man. hopefully we didn't embarrass them too bad that game, and they don't come back in Game 4 with a vengeance. So pretty good scoring there. Drysdale and Toffoli goal and assist. Matt Murray was your second star. Matt Murray is playing fantastic thus far, not giving up more than 2 goals in a game, and we are getting scoring from everywhere. All right, Game 4. Can we close it out now and end this video in a flash? Probably not, because it's me and I like to draw things out on accident as we get scouting, and I don't know where it's scout. I don't know where we scouted last time. We'll just go to Russia. 2 weeks on their forwards. Hopefully we can find the next Alex Ovechkin in the 5th round or something stupid like that. All right. AHL season has ended. Where did the Wolves end up? 60, 13, and 3. My goodness. The Chicago Wolves tore up the AHL season, which means they will probably lose round 1 in something like 5 or 4 games. Probably go down 3-1 in the first round. So that's what the scoring looks like from the AHL. The big time prospects here: Anthony Mantha put up 61 points in 76 games. This team has fantastic distribution of scoring. Svechnikov down here with 44 points, and that's pretty much it. Klimchuk 36, not bad. Sanheim half point a game while he was in the AHL. And our AHL goaltending, how does that look? Wedgwood and Forsberg pretty much split the load. Each had 30 wins. Each were fantastic, with Wedgwood probably he was the better goaltender of the two. All right, back to the NHL playoffs. That's what this video is about. That's what you're here for. You are here to see us sweep the Edmonton Oilers in round 1. Let's see if we can do it. There's only a couple. Actually, never mind. There's 5 sweep chances going on here in the NHL. Whoa, 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 whoa! Calgary and San Jose, the 2 teams we were fighting for a President's Trophy. They're both down 3-0 in the first round. Holy shit! So if we can get out of this series and out of the next round, looks like we might have a pretty solid matchup in the Western Conference Finals. So the road to the Stanley Cup for us is looking much clearer, as long as the Jets and the Ducks can close out their series. But that's no guarantee. If you've watched my Boston Bruins series, the Montreal Canadiens were down 3-0 to the Senators in round 1, and went on to win that series 4-3 and then beat us in the second round. Spoiler alert if you haven't seen that video yet. Okay, back to this series, back to this game. Potential clincher right here. We're up 3-0 in the series in Edmonton. Let's win it and head home, boys. First period. All right, that's not a good start. Chris Tierney and Taylor Hall get goals for the Oilers, and we're being outshot by 2. Second period, and we are getting fucked. So we're trying to win this series in St. Louis right now, boys. Ice tilt is real here in Edmonton. Komarov and Kenny get goals for the Oilers, but Ryan Murray gets us on the board. So Vasilevsky will not have a shutout in this game. I'm going to take a sip of water while this third period sim goes on. And Scheifele gets another goal for the Oilers, so they're just pouring it on now. And Patrick Marleau should not have scored that 5th goal in Game 3. That probably really pissed the Oilers off, so they came out with a vengeance this game and beat us 5-1. I imagine Vasilevsky is one of the stars of the game, and he is the first star. TJ Brody, second star with 3 assists, and Brendan Gallagher, third star with 2 assists. And that reminded me that I did not look at their team stats for the regular season, but I will not do that just because we are already into the series. We're already 4 games in. So simulate to next game, Game 5 in St. Louis, as the Sharks get swept in the first round. My goodness, they were 2 games away. They only needed a couple more points to clinch the President's Trophy, and they lose 6 straight in regulation to not only lose the President's Trophy, but to also lose out the first round of the playoffs to the Anaheim Ducks. All right, Game 5 for us. Headed back to St. Louis. We're playing under the arch, playing with the home fans, and that's about it. That's all I got to say. First period, Mike Ribeiro. There we go. I don't know where he scored from because there it is. Okay, it wasn't there, so maybe it was a phantom goal, but no, it's there. Top of the dot, or top of the circle, I mean. Mike Ribeiro gets one past Andre Vasilevsky. Shots are 8-8, so pretty much the same as we've seen all series. Let's get on into the second period, and we get 2 more, and they get 1 from Taylor Hall, but we get goals from Sam Bennett and Leon Draisaitl to make this a 2-goal game. Headed into the third period, shots are 19-19, so we are looking real good right now. We're going to go ahead and start this third period simulation. We just need Matt Murray to come up big here in the third period, and Dennis Seidenberg scores for us, and we're on a power play. And we score again, Draisaitl. There we go, boys. We are pouring it on. And Lucas Pisa gets one right back. Okay, they don't have much momentum, so. And we're on the power play. Man, can we get another one? No. Okay, so another power play. Jeez, Leon Draisaitl scores once again. There we go, 6-2 right now. And we are going to close out this series in 5 games against the Edmonton Oilers. Outshot them by 5, outscored them by 4 in that game. So Matt Murray, other than that game 4, was huge this series. Would not give up more than 2 goals in a game. As I burp, and with such a depth in our forward core, we're able to pull out these victories. Draisaitl with the Hattie. I completely missed that, but that's fantastic. Dennis Seidenberg with 3 points. Jeez, it's not what we got him for, but whatever works, man. You know. And so that was the first round against the Edmonton Oilers. We performed like we expected, based on our regular season performance. 5 games, and we are out of there. Looks like we'll be playing the Minnesota Wild as the Calgary Flames go down in 5 games. So there goes the first and third best teams in the Western Conference. They lose in the first round very quickly. So we are the best team left in the West. Knock on wood. So we're gonna simulate and see when this first round will end. And I'm also gonna take a look at Chicago. How are they doing? Okay, they swept the first round, so I don't know what it is, but usually when I get teams that are really good in the AHL regular season, they just flop in the first round of the playoffs. So here we go, second round matchup against the Minnesota Wild. The Ducks are playing the Jets in what is probably the most shocking playoff matchup of this postseason. Panthers and Lightning in the East, as well as the Flyers and the Caps. So that was the first round of the playoffs, boys. A really good series for us. We really shut the door on the Oilers as fast as possible, and hopefully we can carry on that success into the next round as we play the Minnesota Wild. NHL 17 got it right. Blues Wild second round. Hopefully this result is flip-flopped from the real life result. As we look at our scoring here, Draisaitl and Carlson with 7 points apiece. Toffoli 6, Forsberg 4. And after that, we got a bunch of 3s and a bunch of 2s. Everyone except for Boschman added a point. Bonino only 1 assist, kind of disappointing. Same thing with Vanek and Ribeiro. So we might want to switch those second and third lines again. I'm not sure, because Williams, Marlowe, and Iginla had 3, 3, and 2 points. And then our fourth line of, if I can find them, Bennett here with 3. I believe Fisher with 3. And Verbata with 2. So pretty much our third and fourth lines were pretty similar, and the second line was probably our worst line in that series. But we came out with the win, and that's all that matters. We are headed on to the next round. I probably won't make any changes. Let's take a look at Matt Murray's numbers through 5 games. 258 GAA, probably not the best, and a 912 save percentage. So other than that game 4, if we were to look at his stats and our wins, it would be much better than his stats overall. Just because that game 4 really hurt him, but it didn't really matter. 4-1 series victory. That's good. So I'm gonna end this video here, and we will pick up next video with our second round matchup against the Minnesota Wild. As always, if you enjoyed this video, please like and subscribe so you can catch more videos from me in this series and in others. And also check out other series on Dreams Gaming. So that is it for me for this video. I will catch you guys round 2 as we stay in St. Louis and face the Minnesota Wild.